So today is Saturday. My name is Abiodun Care, Syria Project Services founder. So today, I actually have made a particular video. I think that was day 6 when I talked about the importance of getting an international qualification, so that once you land here in Canada, it becomes easier for you to be able to obtain, an equivalent, or to get some recommendation about what you need to do to get the Canadian qualification or certification. But the one thing that is important is that there will be some documentation that are necessary, for you to obtain this Canadian equivalent, or to be able to get some recommendation of what courses to do in order to obtain the Canadian equivalent. So today I'll be talking about how I actually got my own supply chain management certification within a month, actually, because I remember within a month I went back to Nigeria and already obtained my supply chain management certification in Canada. That was possible because I already had a UK equivalent, that is the MCIPS, which is the Charter Institute of Purchasing and Supply, United Kingdom. So when I came into Canada, it was just a matter of, okay, provide us this documentation, which I had ready. The only thing I did not have at the time, which was just the transcript of the courses that I had in the MCIPS exam. So, but being a UK, body, it was really easy. It was just a matter of them sending that to me, over email into my mailbox. And I think the Supply Chain Management Association of Canada, Manitoba here actually, was copied in that mail. So it was pretty seamless, is what I would say. So for you to be able to achieve this seamless accreditation, I think some of the things that I would remember that I did, that helped, is that I've already been in touch with the Supply Chain Management Association here in Canada even before I landed. So I was informed there is an equivalent, reciprocity program going on, where if you are the MCIPS, which is the UK, you will get the SCMP, which is the Canadian equivalent. So if you are the SCMP here in Canada, you are also able to apply to get the MCIPS, which is the UK equivalent. So that way I was able to know in advance that I could get this certification on landing. But there is some documentation, of course, that were necessary, and I was informed in advance. So I was already prepared. I knew what it takes, to get that certification here in Canada. So thinking about this, I think it's about being very proactive, given some challenges with the distance from, where you're coming from, your home country, and then Canada. So there is some vital paperwork that I think you should have before actually stepping on that plane, before leaving your home country. So the one thing, of course, you want to make sure that you reach out to that association responsible for your professional practice here in Canada, so that they will be able to tell you those important documentations you would need in order to convert your certification. So the one important document that I think you need is your transcript, your academic qualification transcript. I actually had mine for about 8 years before I landed here in Canada, because I needed it for some other things. So I actually had a copy with me. I kept it for more than 8 years, and I just brought it in here when I was coming to Canada. But I think there is a Western Education Services, WES, so you need to reach out to WES. So you apply to your school, I believe, to send your official transcript directly to WES, because then it could be helpful, that you already have this in an organization who is actually responsible for such accreditation. And then it becomes easier for the bodies here in Canada to access such document. So that is one vital document. You want to have your transcript and then sending it over to WES. So I think the other thing you might want to consider is recommendations. So now that you have LinkedIn as a tool where recruiters will go to, you want to obtain recommendation from your former supervisors, your suppliers, your colleagues. I mean, get all the recommendations you can get on LinkedIn. You need to have this as a sort of a referral, as a sort of a evidence, that you are capable. This is what I call the visible social proof of your capability. Those capabilities you are claiming on your resume. So the other one that I think is important here is the accreditation of your academic qualification. I think it's now possible to do this online. I'm not so sure, but I know some recent some recent immigrants have been able to even get this accreditation before they landed here in Canada. So you want to obtain that too. And then I think so if you have a award, or recognition, of your work, in terms of maybe you got some recognition from your supervisors or from your former company, you could actually upload these into LinkedIn already. So do not wait until you get here. Upload them already, but at the same time you bring their hard copies, but upload them on LinkedIn, in the media section. I think finally you want to have your driver's license. Okay, so if you happen to come from a country where your driver license is actually sort of acceptable for you to use it to drive here in Canada, it's very helpful. Though if you want to actually convert it to the Canadian driver's license, you still go through some process, some training and all that. But what I'm saying is that if you have your international driver's license, then at least you're able to be mobile, when you're going to interviews, or there are some employers that will actually require this. So maybe not the international passport you brought from your country, but it becomes easy for you to then be able to obtain the Canadian driver's license, or it becomes a faster process than you do not have that at all. So those are the vital documents, the vital paperwork that I would recommend that you get. Even if it's possible you get it before leaving your home country, that will be awesome. So I hope that helps somebody. I hope this is valuable for you. Please share, link, like, and make a comment, and then also share with those people who you think might find it valuable, for them to help them to be able to get some accreditation of their qualification, be it academic, professional, here in Canada. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 19. Hope you have a great day and have a great weekend. Bye for now.